morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's time for Business Breakfast in Bedhead, and I'm so excited to be live here with you. I'm live streaming on YouTube and I'm here on Instagram. And if you haven't met me before, my name's Dawn Bradley, and today we're going to talk about how to get over your fear of failure. To all my American friends that are joining live, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday, it's mayhem, but we're going to jump right into business right now. So, welcome and good morning. The one thing I want to start off this live with is sharing with you guys that this is a judgment free zone when we go live together. And so, the thing that I want to ask you to commit to today, first of all, say hello, say hi, put your name, where you're tuning in from in the chat so I can get to know you, because these lives, I don't want to be someone talking at you on the screen. I want to be talking with you this morning. And so put your name and where you're tuning in from. Hi, Roots Organic Studio. And then the next thing I want you to commit to is committing to making this a judgment free zone. We're all on different paths in our lives and in our businesses, and we're all in different places. And sometimes it's really nerve wracking and scary to ask a question. I know I always say, like, the hashtag's hashtag not a lurker, because we all are introverted people likely, and we like to sit in the background. But I want to let you guys participate with me, because when you participate, you get more out of this, and then you're going to be able to grow and you're going to be able to overcome that fear of failure. I know there's a failure, there's something that you want to do and you're terrified to go do it, because what if I fail? What if I get embarrassed? What if it all goes wrong? Then what? And we're going to talk about that this morning. So go ahead, put your name, where you're tuning in from. We got Cheyenne from Meridian, Ohio, Idaho. Hello. And then if you are a safe person in this room, which I know that we all are, just put a yes in the comments if you can commit to this being a judgment-free zone together, because I want to make this a judgment-free space where we can learn and grow together. This is going to be a quick, snappy one, because I'm actually going into the salon this morning to go do some hair. But if you guys can each put a yes in the comments, I know some of you guys are probably watching while you're doing other things. Just put a yes so that we know that this is a safe space. That's also going to kick that inner critic to the curb. Hi, Madeline from Michigan. Yes, yes. Okay, we got yeses coming on, because then that shows everyone else is a safe space to contribute and to leave comments, knowing that sometimes we're going to disagree on things, and that's okay. Hi, Bree. Hi, Sarah from Edmonton. Hello, hello. Okay, so fear of failure. One couple housekeeping things. First of all, these lives now are on the podcast. So if you miss one during the week, they're on the podcast, and they're also live on YouTube, which we have one person watching over on YouTube. Hello and good morning. So you can listen to them on the podcast 24 hours after they go live here. And other thing is, I am hosting a small group retreat February 5th and 6th here in Calgary at my house. We're going to have so much fun. It's already 50% sold out. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM. There's only 10 people that are going to be able to come. It's going to be small, intimate slumber party vibes. It's going to be so fun. February 5th and 6th. Like I said, only 10 people. We're going to hang out with my puppies, deep dive into your business, and do all those amazing things so we can really help you conquer that fear of failure, because I know that you learn better in person. I learn better in person, and I learn better in a small, safe group. Okay, failure. We've all got something that we're scared of failing at. We've got something, I know you guys have really big dreams. Maybe it's earning six figures. Maybe it's going out on your own. Maybe it's raising your prices a significant amount because you realize that the cost of business has gone up so much. Even if you raise your prices just to stay being able to take home the same amount, it's a significant amount, and you're scared to tell your long-term clients. Whatever your fear is, and if you feel comfortable, share it in the comments right now. Whatever it is that's making you fearful, or you're scared of, or you're waiting for fear to go away before you take action because you think fear is there to tell you that there is danger and that you shouldn't proceed, I want to bust that myth for you. So fear is in us from from what I understand, and I'm clearly, like, let's just do a disclaimer. I am not a scholar or a doctor or a psychologist, but from what I understand from my own therapy is fear is in us from an instinctual place of, like, having to be hunters and gatherers. And so fear comes up when we think there's possible danger or threat. But now, like, our lives aren't at stake. Although I know there's like fear of, like, what if all my clients leave and then I'm not making any money and I have no way to provide? I get that. And we're going to get there in a second. But like, the thing is that fear is meant to be present. When you feel afraid of something, it means you're interested and there's invested interest. And so if you feel like complacent, likely it's not something you're interested in or something that you find value in. And so whatever it is, oh my God, so exciting. I'm part of the small group. You are part of the small group, Bree. I love it. I'm so excited for the retreat. And so whatever it is, if you feel comfortable to share this morning, whatever it is that you feel fearful about doing next, it's because you know that you have invested interest in it. And maybe it's something in your personal life right now that you're like, I am terrified because I don't know if I'll be able to make it or I'll be able to do that. I get that. And the thing is you'll never know the answer unless you try. And Elizabeth Gilbert says it best in her book, Big Magic. And she says, fear, we aren't meant to wait for fear to go away. Fear will never go away. Whenever you're taking a risk, there's always risk. A risk is a risk because there's risk involved. But you need to remember to not let fear take the driver's seat. Fear does not get to drive the car. It doesn't even get to sit in the passenger seat. It doesn't get to put the radio station on. It doesn't get to read the map out. It doesn't get to hold the GPS. Fear is in the back in the trunk with tape over its mouth. It can be present. So I want you to know that if you're afraid of failure, that's a normal feeling. And I feel it. I still feel it too. And so fear of failing at something, whatever it is, or if you have fear of things imploding or collapsing, I want you to know that that's legit and that's not meant to go away. And that's there to show you that you have invested interest. You're actually intrigued by the option of doing it, but there is a risk present, and no risk, no reward, high risk, high reward. And so my fear is going solo in January. Oh, hair goddess. Well, stick around because I'm going to be doing a class on that you're going to love in January. And I'm also opening up enrollment to Rock Your Business in January. If I don't, I think, I don't know if you're in it or not. I can't remember. I'm still working through it. I just realized I haven't transformed all my thoughts on it yet. Oh, I missed something. So my fear was and still is other people don't feel I'm worth it and good enough at hair. Yes. And so that's our own fear. And so I'm going to be going over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. I'm going to be diving into really helping you guys overcome your fears and how to be able to take action and build that confidence muscle, because fear is never going to go away. Fear is always going to be present, but it doesn't get to make the decisions. And so I want you to get that, remind yourself of that right now. Fear gets to be present. It's good. And fear shows me that I'm interested and that I have skin in the game, which is good. If you don't have skin in the game, then actually I feel like without fear, there's more higher chances of failure. There's higher chances of failure when there is no fear because you're kind of confident and cocky and you don't probably proceed. They say, like, when you get nervous, sorry, my dogs are going nuts right now. When you get nervous, it actually makes you perform better. So I want you guys to know that, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I want you to know that fear is a good thing to have. And so I want you to start getting comfortable with fear. Make friends with fear, but don't let it make any decisions. And that's how you're going to get over your fear of failure. Is you're going to go, you know what? I remember when I over doubled my prices. I was changing the model of my business. I was deciding that I wanted to give more time and a better experience to my clients, but I was scared because I'm going to be doubling some of their prices. And I knew new clients would have no issue with it because of the experience. But what about my long-term clients? And I remember going through this and going like, okay, so what if they all leave? Well, then I have no clients and I need to find new clients. Okay, so then my next what if, because I know the spider web of what ifs, then my next what if is what if no one new will book in with these new prices? Okay, so all my clients leave, no one new books in, then what? Okay, well then I like got to try some different things. I'll try a different tactic of how to get clients in. Okay, if I try a couple different things and it still doesn't work, well then what do I do? Well, then I guess I maybe reconsider the experience. Maybe the experience isn't what people want. And so maybe I change what I'm offering. Okay, I'll change what I'm offering. Okay, if still people don't come in or aren't booking, then maybe I look at the pricing again. And then I realized at the end of the day, when I peeled back all those layers of what I was afraid of my clients leaving, okay, I can get new clients. I've built and rebuilt my clientele 6 different times on 3 different continents. Like, it's not rebuilding a clientele that's the issue for me. But what if new people won't come? Okay, well then maybe I just need to like change the way I communicate it to people. What if they still don't come? Maybe I need to change the way that the offering that I'm giving, the experience that I'm giving. Okay, if they still don't come, oh, then I'll just maybe revisit the pricing because maybe that is what it is. And I realized at the end of the day, I wasn't fearful of failing. I was scared of being embarrassed. Oh, I was scared of trying something new, it not working, and me having to go back to the way it was, and what would people maybe think? And I realized my biggest fear in life is what will other people think of me? And so I want you guys today to think about peeling back those layers of that onion of what ifs and figuring out what the true underlying fear is for you. Because usually it's a couple layers down. And then making friends with the fear and going, you know what? For me personally, I can't control what other people think of me, whether they like me or not, whether I do things or I don't do things. I still can't control how they think, what they think of me. And they might like me and they might not like me. regardless of whether I do or don't do something, of what they understand of me, what they don't understand of me, what they know about my life, what they don't know about my life, what they think they know about my life, what they, I can't control it either way. So I just got to surrender to it and let that fear live there, going, I don't like the idea of people not liking me. I don't like the idea of people thinking I failed at something. But at the end of the day, I know the truth and I know what I need to do and what I want to do. And I will only look back on my life with regret if I don't try something. Right? So, like, I can't do hair. Oh, I'm missing. I love my mom so much, and she's 100% my best friend. We work together, and she has helped me grow to where I am today in my business. But I would be lying if I said my fear wasn't the fact that I feel like I can't do hair without her sometimes. That's like, thank you for that honesty. That's legit. And so I want you guys to know, like, being able to even say out your fear, your actual fear out loud, what it truly is really powerful. And all of a sudden, then you see it for what it is, and you're allowed to admit it to yourself, and you're being vulnerable and honest with yourself for the first time. And now you're able to move forward, because when you actually get honest and vulnerable with yourself about what the true fear is, you can actually then sit with it and make friends with it. And it doesn't get to make the decisions, but you go, you see, I see you. I'm not scared of losing clients. I'm scared of my clients seeing me fail and then going, "Oh, I told you so," right? Or whatever it might be for you. And so I want you to start thinking about that road trip analogy from Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic, and that fear will always be present. Fear gets to be there. Stop waiting for it to go away. That fear going away is not a sign that it's time to take action. Fear being present is a sign that you should consider taking action. I'm not going to, because every situation is different, but you should consider taking action, because fear is an indicator of interest, and it shows you that there's risk involved. And when there's risk, there's possibility of reward and there's possibility of failure. You can never remove that. But when there's fear present, it's going to, and nervousness and anxiousness, it's going to motivate you to do your best. When that's not present, you kind of pull up a back seat and sit down and don't put your best effort in. I know I don't. If I don't have a little bit of fire under my ass, I don't have the motivation or the push or the drive. If I don't have a fear of failing at something, I don't have the gusto to make sure I put my all in it to make sure that this works until it feels like it's something that has weight to it. When I moved, at 31 years old, I packed up my salon. I left the city I was living in. I sold my house. I walked away from my business. I moved a 6-hour drive away to a new province here in Canada with no plan, no clientele, no network, knowing no one in the industry, knowing no one really in the city. I had like 2 people that I knew. And within 12 weeks, and I didn't even know where I was going to work. I ended up working in the basement of my rental. It wasn't cute. It wasn't pretty. I was kind of embarrassed of how it looked. But within 12 weeks, I was fully booked, charging the same prices as downtown salons in Calgary, and I was in the suburbs. So know that whatever excuse you might be coming up, oh, I work from home, or oh, my place isn't cute, or oh, I'm not in a fancy space. Like, it's about the experience, your skill, your talent, and your experience. And how do you communicate the value and how confidently? And I know you're like, well, I'm not confident, Dawn. Well, let's work on that. So stick with me over the next 6 weeks. I'm doing a 6-week series on how to get over your fear of failure, build your confidence, become more financially stable, gain new, better clients, and get your business in a really good position without overworking yourself, burning yourself out, or being completely overwhelmed. So stick around for the next 6 weeks. It's going to be awesome. And then my enrollment for Rock Your Business is going to be opening up on January 9th. And it's going to be so fun. If you guys haven't looked at what Rock Your Business is about, you can go to donbradley.com/RYB and check it out. But that's it for this morning's live. I am so excited for you guys. I know right now it's like Thanksgiving's just over for the Americans. We're thinking about the holidays, but right now is the perfect time to get a jump start on the new year, so you can start the new year fresh and ready and with a new perspective, new motivation, and a newfound confidence that I will grant to you, so that 2023 is going to be amazing. So if you're with me, give me a hell's yes in the comments, because I'm really excited for the next 6 weeks. It's going to be so awesome. I like started just this morning. Look at all this, mapping out it all for you. And if you guys haven't already, I actually am going to be announcing a winner today, but I have a survey that I would love for you to fill out. Go to donbradley.com/help me. I think I'm going to just double check that. If you haven't filled it out already, you have time today. donbradley.com/help me, HELPME. Go fill out the survey. When you fill out the survey, it takes 3 minutes. And then you fill out the survey, it's going to automatically enter you in to win a hoodie, one of the DB hoodies, all my stickers, and a notebook. So go fill it out. Hells yes, hells yes. Okay, I love it. The comments are always like, go fill it out so that you can enter in to win the merch. That's going to help me be able to help you even more this next 6 weeks. Okay, have an awesome day, you guys. You're all amazing. Go get them. I hope you feel motivated. And I just want you to think today, what's one thing I can do? Thank you, Victoria. What's one thing I can do today that gets me out of my comfort zone and is going to push me forward, and how I can show up as my future self. Okay? Show up as that confident, that successful person that you want to be today in your business, and see how things change. You guys are amazing. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you Monday. I go live weekday mornings, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time here on Instagram. And you can catch these on YouTube or listen to them on the podcast as well. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.